Dear Sanna, dear Ursula, dear Ebba, dear friends. It is my great pleasure to be here today, and I'm very thankful for our Finnish hosts to have this conference and making this event happen, and literally bringing us into the woods. And also, thank you, Ursula, for the new European Bauhaus. We have a saying, just like you said, in Estonian as well, you need to see the forest behind the trees, which means that we have to zoom out. This is what the new European Bauhaus is all about. Every Estonian is passionate about forests because a forest is more than we can measure. It has been an important place to hide, due to high history, to find peace and embrace nature. And it also is, as we say, it's a poor man's fur coat. As forest-rich countries, forests have a special role in our culture and our people's hearts. And although Estonians are known as very tech-savvy people, we are actually very forest-minded people as well. Every child in Estonia knows which berries and mushrooms you can eat in the forest. And there's also a joke that you can eat all the mushrooms, just some of them only once. Forests are pivotal to the green transition and a part of the solutions in reaching climate neutrality, just like all the other sectors. We have set the much-needed climate and biodiversity goals in the EU in order to fight global climate change. But these goals and ambitions are only doable if we consider the right role for each sector and solutions for their transition. We expect a lot from our forests, but their main role is absorbing carbon. And it is also important sanctuary for many species and habitats, or it is also a vital source of livelihood and provider of resources. But it's also a place where we like to spend our time, to hike, exercise, relieve stress. As the founder of Bauhaus School, Walter Gropius, has said, under trees, the urban dweller might restore his troubled mind and find the blessing of a creative pause. As one can see, finding a balance between these sometimes conflicting roles of preservation and use is challenging. As another Estonian proverb says, there is no forest behind the forest. As it can be cut only once in a lifetime, we should aim to make it profitable for the owner as well as for the nature. Increasing natural sink and biodiversity are vital if we are to achieve climate neutrality. Only this way we can ensure our forests can fulfill all their functions, also in 50 and 100 years' time. As forest-rich countries with long experience in sustainable forest management, Estonia, Finland and Sweden can be pioneers in transforming the sector to be future-proof. Perhaps as a way forward, forestry also needs its own just transition fund for certain parts of the sector. We should also make preserving forests profitable for the owner, not only logging. Today, we are discussing how we use the resources that we get from the forest. I believe that this is one of the most important questions regarding any material we use. While sustainable biomass surely has its role in the energy sector transition, in short term, the way forward should be through using wood for long-term and high-value products. And perhaps this is also the way to bring these restoring and blessing effects Walter Gropius was talking about closer to more urban dwellers. High-value use cases such as wood as construction material are much more noticeable to people. This means that they see the changes the green transition is bringing to our lives. And if we do it right, we can inspire people by showing the improvement it brings to their living spaces. This is what the new Bauhaus initiative is all about. Timber is a natural fit for the European Bauhaus initiative, and the initiative itself can be an important enabler of sustainable forest management in the long term. We have used wood as construction material since prehistoric times, and our histories are deeply intertwined with it. Estonian children still visit the old wooden farmhouses that their forefathers lived in. They use timber to build their own first tree houses. And of course, when we are building a sauna, we built it out of wood. This is the deep connection with our material within our societies. In the last 30 years, the technology of using timber as a building material has developed a lot, and we have means to connect the old and the modern. To bring sustainable wood use to modern architecture and city planning, we have seen this development in Estonia already firsthand. New schools, kindergartens, apartment buildings, and much more are being built using timber in a contemporary way. This is why I'm proud that this event has been the impulse to create a platform between Estonia, Finland and Sweden to develop skills related to the use of wood in the new European Bauhaus. This will also be our contribution to the new European Bauhaus Academy that Ursula was talking about. We want to develop skills related to the sustainable use of wood and provide opportunities for our scientists and companies to work together. Be it our strong wooden houses sector, whose products have reached over 70 countries, or the newly opened Timber Architecture Research Centre at the Estonian Academy of Arts. We need people who are able to understand the vision of the new European Bauhaus and the opportunities and challenges that sustainable wood construction brings. I'm also very happy to announce that Estonia will be joining the Nordic Bauhaus family. This will be an excellent opportunity for our scientists and companies to develop shared culture and vision in building the best living environment and connect people with nature. I wish you all a fruitful discussions and very good event. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prime Minister Kallas, and warmly welcome to the Nordic Bauhaus. Next, let's go over to Sweden. And it's a great pleasure to invite Deputy Prime Minister Ebba Busch. Please.